Hello guys, as you can see what the title says above me, I am going to defend TNA right now. This has just been on my mind. I've been on this message board in and out this past weekend, and basically a lot of things about not only lockdown but TNA as a whole has come up. So it just got me thinking, because a lot of people are saying with lockdown, this is pretty much a do or die situation with them. Not with TNA, but with that person pretty much like, I guess, maybe liking or just even watching TNA. I feel that's not the case. Like I said, there's been a lot of discussions coming up. I'll go through a bunch. The first thing is, people complaining that TNA only gets, the one and the ones for the ratings, the 1.1s, the 1.2s, the 1.0s, and everything. I agree that the rating they got for their live show, which I believe was a 1.1, 1.2 around there, I'm not sure, but I think that's pretty, that's pretty sad for your live show. I don't think there was enough promotion behind that, but for your live show, that was pretty bad. But then again, people will take a rating and say, pretty much put that towards how the company is doing. All a rating does is show you how many people are interested in watching it. That's all. It doesn't tell you how good the product is. It always says is how good, how many people are actually watching that product. So they may get a 1.1 every single week, but that doesn't mean that the show is crap, every single week. Now, TNA has been pretty bad, in my opinion, of course, these past couple of weeks. Other than the Joe and Angle thing, I really haven't been too interested in TNA. I DVR it and just fast forward through everything. Like I said, for the most part, it's just they're not doing anything to entice me to want to watch their promotion. They do a lot of dumb stuff that just really turn me away. Pretty much like the stuff they do mocking WWE. I know it's happened before. WWE's done it before in the past, but honestly, it's just, why do we need to see it again? But like I said, TNA, the main thing is they're a growing company. They're only 6 years old. Okay, like I said, I'm not 100% sure on this, but name a wrestling company that has gone from pretty much the bottom near the top. They're the second biggest promotion in the States. I know people argue ROH, which is fine. That's fine with me. But in my opinion, TNA has come further along than ROH has. Name another company that's come up this fast, a company that start from nothing and come up this fast. There's not too many out there. Excuse me. That's not saying that TNA is superior over, any other promotion, your ROHs, your PWGs, all these other companies, or even WWE. I'm not saying that they're, superior over them, but they've come a long way, I believe they're going to do 7,000 or 8,000 tomorrow night. Doing 8,000 for a pay-per-view for TNA is pretty good. I was supposed to attend Destination X, and things came up, so I couldn't go. I heard that they did a nice number, around maybe 1,500, 2,000 in ticket sales. Of course, they gave some tickets away. That's obvious. You got a pay-per-view, you obviously gonna wanna pack the stadium, so it looks like get enough people there, so it looks like it's full. That's just a smart thing to do. But like I said, they are a growing company. If you look at going back to the ratings and people not watching it, if you go to a WWE ring, half of the audience there don't even know what TNA is yet. And honestly, if you sit that half that doesn't know what TNA is, if you sit them in front of an episode of Impact, of course, they're going to say it's crap, they're going to say they're bored. For the most part, that half that never seen TNA before are new wrestling fans, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, they've adapted to the WWE style, which is, like I said, not a bad thing. But you sit them in front of a company which they're, they new to wrestling, and they've gotten comfortable with watching WWE. You sit them in front of TNA, of course they're going to say it sucks. Of course, they're going to say they're bored by it. But then a lot of the experienced wrestling fans who watch wrestling through the years, they can have their opinions on TNA, but most of them are pretty much just jumping on the bandwagon saying that TNA sucks. Like I said, I believe that right now they're in, I don't really feel the direction they're going in. I read something, like I said, it's just the internet, so I could be wrong. I read something that Jeff Jarrett said they were supposed to change the direction of the company. They're going to start with Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle thing. Like I said, I'm loving that whole angle. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with, the other wrestlers in the company. Obviously, they're not going to go just strictly wrestling. I mean, that's not, that's not going to happen. If you think that, your Stone Cold Shark Boys and your Currymans and your Super Erics are going to go away, no, they're not going to go away. They got to, it's kind of like what Vince McMahon said to Paul Heyman when he got on TNA. This is just from me watching the Rise and Fall DVD. He said that, when you get to the big times and you gotta appeal to the masses, you have to change your style up. That's exactly what TNA has done. They were, strictly, well, not to say strictly, but mostly wrestling oriented on their weekly pay-per-views. They were wrestling oriented on Fox Sports Net. As soon as they get to the big times, where they get to, Spike TV, they get the 2-hour deal, they have to appeal to the masses. They can't just do wrestling. I mean, like I said, I had no problem with that because I find my entertainment over in WWE, but they have to, do something to make people watch the show. They got to give us, this is sports entertainment. They got to give us wrestling and they got to give us entertainment. With that said, I found some numbers. Someone posted on a comment saying that out of the 4 wrestling shows, Raw, ECW, Impact, and SmackDown, Impact had the least amount of wrestling. I think they had like 18 minutes, which I feel is completely wrong. I think that Impact, out of all the shows, should have the most wrestling. I mean, if you let ECW get more wrestling time than Impact, that's pretty sad. Like I said, no one can argue, well, I can't say that, but not many can argue against TNA, or should I say, a lot of people say, including myself, TNA has the best roster in wrestling. Now, are they using it right? No. There's plenty of people, Ring of Honor, they're using their talent much better. But like I said, Ring of Honor is not there to appeal to the masses. They're trying to appeal to more people by the pay-per-views, but they're not there to appeal to the masses. TNA is doing that. TNA, they're 2 hours every week on prime time. They got the video game coming out, so they got to appeal more people to that so they can buy that. So they got to reach out to more people. So with that said, just because they're getting the 1.0s doesn't mean the show is bad. It just means that not that many people are into it. Kind of like myself. I'm a part of that, most of the times I'm a part of that 1.1s, 1.2s, but a lot of times I'm just not interested. I just won't watch it. And that's another thing. If you're complaining about TNA, if you hate the direction of TNA, if you just don't, like what they're doing, turn the TV off. You don't have to watch it. There's other stuff to watch on Thursdays. You can watch, reruns of Raw and ECW. That's fine. But, you don't have to watch it. And yet, people want to come on here and complain every single week about TNA and what they're doing crap. Just turn the TV off. It's that simple. With that said, because I've been rambling on for a second, since I got you guys here, let me give my thoughts on Lockdown. Like I said, I haven't been into TNA Impact these past couple of weeks, and by me saying that, I can tell you right now, without me looking at Wikipedia right now, I can't tell you what all the matches are. Like, I've just forgotten that quickly what all the matches are. Like I said, the only match that really interests me, other than the Lethal Lockdown match, which should be excellent, is Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. I'm hoping that this match delivers so well. But, like I said, the only time will tell. Other than that, like I said, the card looks decent at best. You know, a couple of matches that I could care less for. Or a lot of matches I could care less for. But there's other stuff in there, like the Escape match and the Robert Roode and Booker T match that I really want to see. I'm interested in it. But like I said, other stuff, the knockouts matches, and I think it was like a handcuff match or something. I'm not looking forward to that. But like I said, Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, I hope they pull off something great tomorrow. Like I said, for a lot of people, they're saying it's a do or die time for them or for TNA. Me, it's not. Like I said, it should be a good pay-per-view. Like I said, I don't know. Like I said, that just don't expect TNA to go away anytime soon. Okay, you're saying spinning that, you said TNA is going to die in 3 years. You're wrong. They're not going anywhere. So just get used to it.